one's quite obvious actually. So during my course, so I studied computer science, I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I did a sandwich course, and during my second year of computer science, that's when I learned that you could actually do a sandwich course even if you hadn't applied for it before. So I transitioned and I started applying to jobs, and I know Westminster had really good careers department. They helped me with my CV and also just like what to look out for. But I did end up finding BBC, which I worked for 12 months before my final year of university. And I would say that was literally life-changing, because once I graduated, I had a secure job ready for me. And I know lots of smart people in my course that got firsts and whatnot, everything that you guys probably think is important, but they really struggled to find jobs afterwards. So I would say if you have the opportunity to get work experience, then like please do it, because it's going to help you, and especially now.
I was also in like several programs through university, which kind of helped me with my interpersonal skills. And I kind of realized that as like computer science students, we kind of tend to be like kind of awkward. I joined in like several programs, so there's one particular that really helped me. So it's this program called Color in Tech. So it's open for like final year students and for graduates to help with like interviewing skills and for their CVs as well. So I found that really helpful.
For me, I actually started in my final year in November of my final year. So that's a whole 6 months before graduation, I believe, just over 6 months. I found the process, because it was just during COVID. COVID had just sort of like ended and the working industry was sort of kind of getting back to the way it was. Found it crazy. I got rejected from just about every single graduate role that I applied for. On the day of graduation, I didn't have anything lined up, but also on that day that I graduated, I got a call from Disguise to say, look, you interviewed for this role, we'd like to take you on. And so it's a weird one, because it's a dream job in a way, and it's very much about that process. If I hadn't started that process, I don't think I would have been willing to accept maybe looking outside of that box of just a graduate position. Like one of the key things is like the game jam. The university sponsored me to go to Graz to interact with all of the students there, to do game jams all the time. That on my CV was one of the big highlights during my interview process. My boss talked to me quite extensively. What did you do? How did you work with this? How did you work with the code? Because we do a lot of graphics. And so I didn't realize that my work in the game jams would have been so key and instrumental in me getting a job that was not just graduate, but above, in this sort of like zone where actually, you know what, I could cope with it. You know, I'm not just a student, I'm a human being, and I'm not just what Westminster taught me, but they gave me that great grounding. So that was a huge thing.
As you do more applications, you do it like a spreadsheet. I've applied for this job. There's the first round, second round, third round, fourth round, and then the final round of a face-to-face interview. And you track how far you get through the interview stage and any feedback you do get from the recruiters or from the companies themselves. So you understand, A, what is it that's holding you back from getting that job or moving through to the next stage? And then B, if the company hasn't said anything, where did you stop dead? And what should you then sort of improve? So if that you stop dead at a telephone interview, do I need to improve on? The grade was very important. First or 2-1 for most of the companies that I applied to. I know that some major companies are now being more relaxed and 2-2 is more accepted if things didn't go so well whilst you were doing your degree. I would definitely say try and stick to 2-1 at first to try and just make your life that much easier.
I feel like it's important, but it's not important at the same time. I don't know if like, it depends on like how far you get with your final year project. But even if you did do like really well in your final year project, as long as you're able to like list like the sort of like mistakes you made like throughout the project, I think that could still be a really good valuable thing to talk about during your interviews, for example.
Yes, I was. It comes up, algorithms more so in the sense of they're not really looking for something that's textbook. Sometimes they're looking for, can you on the fly design one to solve a problem that they've given you in the interview? So it could be, how do you remove special characters from a a string? How do you reverse a string? Something like that. Something that you can actually do in 15 to 20 minutes. But you'll have varying different types of interview that will test you on that kind of knowledge. If it's something that you can do within the 20 minutes, it's going to be something custom that the CTO or a developer themselves has decided to present to you in the interview. It could be pretty standard that you could look up online and find out, oh, they test on this kind of thing. They're very into a big O notation or how the speed of an algorithm or the worst case of an algorithm. You're going to take all that complexity knowledge and you're going to study like hell for that interview. Or it could just be something very simple. You don't know, but it's always good to watch the process of the interview so that you can be prepared, because it's too difficult to sandwich 3 years of your life for 1 hour. 1 hour is quite short. 3 hours is a really good interview. You're doing well. So the other part was data structures. I got interviews less on data structures, but I would still say they're important because they are hand in hand. And the thing is that you might be quite good with algorithms, but then when they move on to data structures, you go, you've lost the interview. You can detect the sea change from your interviewers and they go, yeah, you lack knowledge. And that's your experience factor that's fighting against you. So I'd say both of those things. When you're looking up a company, it's very good to know what they're looking for.
First of all, the chats, right? Make sure your inbox is open. I wrote some articles on LinkedIn about ransomware protection, all that stuff. People actually view it, right? And then you have a bunch of keywords on your profile. Recruiters will be like, okay, you're interested in security, you're interested in AWS. So they'll send you a chat through your inbox. They'll be like, can you apply for this role? If you like it, then talk to me about it. Then they'll try and set up a call with you through the chat, through the inbox. That's your leeway. You don't have to go apply for Indeed or those other websites. I think the best way is definitely through LinkedIn, because not only you're getting a referral from someone you've connected with, like me, him, or him. I could ask him, do you have any open roles? Do you have any open roles? And then you've got recruiters sending you chats about, okay, this is an open role for you. We've got interviews for you. Let's set up a call tomorrow. That's how you get a job sometimes.
Say you're applying to the army. I would go on LinkedIn, search for people who are doing the same role as I'm applying for within the company and connect with them, and then just message them. Just be like, hi, I'm interested to apply to your company. Could you tell me a bit more about your role? How is it within your company? Do you enjoy it? Because at the end of the day, you have to be doing this job like every day. So you want to enjoy it as well.